In this video, we'll talk about what we spend, in other words, our expenditures. In the fall of 2011, the Ontario government forecast $124 billion of expenditures this year. These government expenses are to pay for programs and public services that Ontario citizens rely on. Some expenses are guaranteed by the Constitution, such as education and health care. All provinces and territories in Canada must provide these key public services to their citizens. Other expenses become a part of government expenditure through new programs that a government creates, either because of promises made during an election or because of other circumstances or decisions that might come along. For example, our government is committed to provide full-day kindergarten to Ontario's 4- and 5-year-olds. To manage $124 billion in expenditures, government divides responsibilities among 26 ministries. For example, as Minister of Finance, I'm responsible for $4.9 billion and, among other things, creating Ontario's budget. The government's ministries are divided into 7 major components. Let's take a look at them. First is health care. Almost $48 billion will go towards health care this year. That expense alone makes up almost 40% of all government spending this year. Next is education. About $23 billion will be spent on education this year. That pays for everything from teachers and textbooks to maintaining, renovating, and building schools. It also pays for school board administration and organizations such as TVO, TFO, and the EQAO, which does standardized testing of our students. This is our province's second largest expenditure. Third is what we call other programs. Other programs include a number of government responsibilities such as transportation, energy, and agriculture. Other programs make up 14% of our expenditures. Following that is children and social services sector, which is 11% of all government expense. This sector works to make sure that all Ontarians, no matter what their background, have the opportunity to become successful and contributing citizens. The last 3 may surprise you. Here they are. 8% of this year's expenses go towards the interest on our debt. Debt is the money our province has borrowed over a number of years, and the interest is what we pay to borrow this money. It's just like a credit card or money someone borrows to buy a home or a car. You don't have to pay back all of the money you borrowed right now, but you do have to pay interest. That's your cost for being able to borrow the money. Next is the post-secondary and training sector, which makes up 6% of our total expenditures. This funding goes towards colleges, universities, and training programs we offer for Ontarians to improve their work skills. Last but not least is justice. This year, the government has budgeted about $5 billion to manage courts, jails, and our justice system. Well, that takes us to the end of this video. It was a real pleasure to be a part of this wonderful initiative. Thank you for taking part in this consultation, a first in Canada. I hope we can do this again next year.